currency for most of Roman history consisted of gold, silver, bronze, aurichalcum and copper coinage. See Roman metallurgy. From its introduction to the Republic, during the 3rd century BC, well into imperial times, Roman currency saw many changes in form, denomination, and composition. A persistent feature was the inflationary debasement and replacement of coins over the centuries. Notable examples of this followed the reforms of Diocletian. This trend continued into Byzantine times. Because of the economic power and longevity of the Roman state, Roman currency was widely used throughout Western Eurasia and Northern Africa from classical times into the Middle Ages. It served as a model for the currencies of the Muslim caliphates and the European states during the Middle Ages and the modern era. Roman currency names survive today in many countries, for example, the Arabic dinar, from the denarius coin. Unlike most modern coins, Roman coins had, at least in the early centuries, significant intrinsic value. However, while the gold and silver issues contain precious metals, the value of a coin could be slightly higher than its precious metal content, so they were not, strictly speaking, equivalent to bullion. Also, over the course of time the purity and weight of the silver coins were reduced. Estimates of the value of the denarius range from 1.6 to 2.85 times its metal content, citation needed, thought to equal the purchasing power of 10 modern British pounds sterling at the beginning of the Roman Empire to around 18 pounds sterling by its end, comparing bread, wine and meat prices, and, over the same period, around 1 to 3 days' pay for a legionary. 10. The coinage system that existed in Egypt until the time of Diocletian's monetary reform was a closed system based upon the heavily debased tetradrachm. Although the value of these tetradrachms can be reckoned as being equivalent to that of the denarius, their precious metal content was always much lower. Elsewhere also, not all coins that circulated contained precious metals, as the value of these coins was too great to be convenient for everyday purchases. A dichotomy existed between the coins with an intrinsic value and those with only a token value. This is reflected in the infrequent and inadequate production of bronze coinage during the Republic, where from the time of Sulla till the time of Augustus no bronze coins were minted at all. Even during the periods when bronze coins were produced, workmanship was sometimes very crude and of low. The type of coins issued changed under the coinage reform of Diocletian. The heavily debased Antoninianus, double denarius, was replaced with a variety of new denominations, and a new range of imagery was introduced that attempted to convey different ideas. The new government set up by Diocletian was a tetrarchy, or rule by 4, with each emperor receiving a separate territory to rule. The new imagery includes a large, stern portrait that is representative of the emperor. This image was not meant to show the actual portrait of a particular emperor, but was instead a character that embodied the power that the emperor possessed. The reverse type was equally universal, featuring the spirit, or genius, of the Romans. The introduction of a new type of government and a new system of coinage represents an attempt by Diocletian to return peace and security to Rome, after the previous century of constant warfare and uncertainty. Diocletian characterizes the emperor as an interchangeable authority figure by depicting him with a generalized image. He tries to emphasize unity amongst the Romans by featuring the spirit of Romans, Sutherland 254. The reverse types of coins of the late empire emphasized general themes, and discontinued the more specific personifications depicted previously. The reverse types featured legends that proclaimed the glory of Rome, the glory of the army, victory against the barbarians, the restoration of happy times, and the greatness of the emperor. These general types persisted even after the adoption of Christianity as the state religion of the Roman Empire. Muted Christian imagery, such as standards that featured Christograms, the Chi-Rho monogram for Jesus Christ's name in Greek, were introduced, but with a few rare exceptions, There were no explicitly Christian themes. From the time of Constantine until the end of the Roman Empire, coins featured almost indistinguishable idealized portraits and general proclamations of greatness. Although the denarius remained the backbone of the Roman economy from its introduction in 211 BC until it ceased to be normally minted in the middle of the 3rd century, the purity and weight of the coin slowly, but inexorably, decreased. The problem of debasement in the Roman economy appears to be pervasive, although the severity of the debasement often paralleled the strength or weakness of the empire. While it is not clear why debasement was such a common occurrence for the Romans, it's believed that it was caused by several factors, including a lack of precious metals and inadequacies in state finances. When introduced, the denarius contained nearly pure silver at a theoretical weight of approximately 4.5 grams, but from the time of Nero onwards the tendency was nearly always for its purity to be decreased. The type of coins issued changed under the coinage reform of Diocletian. The heavily debased Antoninianus, double denarius, was replaced with a variety of new denominations, and a new range of imagery was introduced that attempted to convey different ideas.
For more videos, please like and subscribe.